Good morning. We are headed to, well, Copper and I. Hey, Copper. Psst, psst. Hi. We're headed to the recycling center where they recycle metal and precious stuff like copper and aluminum and steel and all that stuff, stainless. So I've got a trash can of copper wire that I've been saving up for the last couple jobs that I've done. The remodel stuff, you can cut them out and kind of crumble it up and save it. So I'm going to see if I can get a couple bucks from that bucket of copper. It's dirty copper, so it's got jackets on the wiring and still I didn't strip everything. It's just, it is what it is. So we'll see how much I get. It's probably 15 pounds or so. So I don't know how much I pay a pound, but we will see. So let's go to the recycling center, if I can remember to look at the camera, and get that turned in and see what we can buy with it today. Because I'm gonna go Christmas shopping and it will help to add to that. So anyways, we'll see at the recycling center if I can bring my camera there. So I'm turning into the bumpy road to the recycling center. Now the way it works is you bring in your recyclable stuff. You go across the scale at the beginning and they weigh your car. And on the way out, they weigh your car and they tell you how much weight it has in it. Now it's normally how it happens because I have my truck and it's full of steel and aluminum and gutters and all kinds of scrap. But since I'm in the car today, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm gonna drive across the scale. They'll probably give me a tag and a weight. I'll go to the precious metal area, copper area, and they'll weigh it and they'll punch that tag and then staple it back together. They'll give it to me and I'll take it back to the front desk and they'll pay me according to how much that weight says. So I'm headed in and the scale is coming up, so let me show it to you. Now, they'd probably get upset if I were to film, especially since I don't know these people that well. Where I moved from in Ohio, they knew me really well, so they probably wouldn't care as much. But there's this building over here and then you drive up onto the scale. Sorry, it's focusing on the dash and not anything. But you drive up on this scale and then go inside and get your ticket. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so we are done with the recycle yard and we are headed to do some Christmas shopping. Our budget this year for each other, me and my wife, is really small because we are doing a trip together instead. And so we're just getting basically a gift to say, just to have a gift to open basically. So anyways, sorry about the bumpiness on the camera, but we are done with that. And as far as, you know, I always say, if you've never done it, you've never done it. So with that being said, if you've never recycled metal or don't know how or why it's done, let me explain it to you because it's kind of fun. So like say you have an aluminum aluminum can like you drink out of. Those are worth something. And some states are worth more than others. Or copper, and like in the wiring in your wall, they have copper aluminum sometimes. That is recyclable and you get paid for it. So instead of just throwing it in the trash, you can just save it up like a little hoarder and then sell it to the recycle company. So today I had 19 pounds of insulated copper, which is copper with the insulation still on it. So bare wire is worth more than insulated wire, but I'm not going to sit there and strip all the insulation off the wire because that would cost me way more time and money than it would be to recycle it. So I recycled the 19 pounds and it didn't take me any time because the money I got for taking the copper out, I was paid for, and then I'm putting the copper in here and recycling it. So 19 pounds came out to $1.10 a pound. So I got $20.90 for getting paid to take it out. So that's pretty cool. So now I have $20.90 to put towards a Christmas gift, which doesn't sound like much, but our budget's $25. So pretty much I can just up my budget to $45.90 now. So that's pretty cool. I'm not really that frugal. I'll go buy whatever I want. But anywho, that's how that works. So if you have metal, you can recycle it and get paid for it. And that's what I've done. So on that particular one, you didn't have to stop on the scale because I only had copper, so I just go straight to the building that weighs the copper and then I come back with a ticket. Usually you have to drop on the scale because you have steel or a heavy load. And usually I do that because I have a truck with steel in the bed or in the trailer and I had to stop on the scale. But anywho, we'll catch you in a little bit. I'm gonna go look for a Christmas present for my wife and then pick up some mud because today we're going to texture the kitchen. And once the kitchen is textured, then we can paint it and hang cabinets and it'll look more finished. I cannot wait. So I'm excited. Anyways, we'll catch you later at the house or at Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever I end up, because I got to return some stuff there too and maybe even make some more money off of that because I had some extra materials from a couple jobs ago that I needed to return. I haven't returned, but I remembered I had them today in storage, so go return those make some money that I forgot I had, and get her done. So we'll catch you at the house when we do some texturing, cleaning, and taping, and all that stuff. So see you there. As you can probably tell by now, we have made it back to the house and we have been doing some work. We got everything taped off, sanded, and textured. It is ready for some paint. Isn't that awesome? Oh, looking good, looking good. So I have mixed the mud. I'm gonna do a little short video probably about how to do all the texturing stuff. So that's probably why it was such a long time lapse of me doing the work, because I was actually filming that stuff too. And I forgot to stop in the middle and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. So anywho, let's get a close-up of this texture and show you on this longer video how it's done and what I'm doing and why I did what I did. Let's see where to start. So let's talk about the lights real quick. See how they're popped out of their little sockets? Instead of taping them and taking them out and putting in work lights, when I have can lights like this, I like to pop them out and just let them hang. That way when I spray, I can just spray around them. Sometimes I'll have to come back and wipe off some residue. Not a big deal, it's just mud. So this one got blasted because I accidentally shot it while it was swinging. So can't see it in the camera, but it's got a lot of mud on it. And over here, the plastic came undone, but that is no big deal. I'll just take my rag and wipe it off. But one thing you gotta make sure you don't do is wipe off the texture on the wall. So be real careful when you're wiping stuff while it's still wet, because you can take the texture off the wall and then it looks like that forever unless you texture it again. So I'll come back and do that in a minute. But we got everything taped off, the window, countertops, the floor. Not like a professional job. Like you'll see that there's some overspray right here in the hallway because it was hard to tape that down because everything was all dusty from the sanding. So I just left it there and I'll clean it up later. And I just ran tape around. I mean, it's an okay job. Professional, yeah, it's professional. It's professional for sure, right? So let's see a close up of my favorite wall. Don't know if any of them are favorite. They all look good. So you can see orange peel. It's a little busy there. Let's see if we can get one that's on white surface so it looks a little better for you. Nice and close up. This will all nice. This will all nice. This will all dry nicely. There we go. And then we'll be able to paint the ceilings white. We're painting the walls a color called Snowfall, so we'll paint that here soon. I even textured behind the stove because you'll occasionally see behind there, so got that all done. Now my job is to clean up. That's my least favorite job because there's so much overspray and mud on like the tools. I got to clean the hopper out and then clean out the inside of that. I'll use a water hose outside, but it's in the 20s or teens outside, so it's too cold. So we'll see. Anywho, I've got the bruise on the nose from the respirator, and I'm all covered in dust. Well, covered in mud that's dried into dust. So anyways, let's get to cleaning, and then if I think of anything else cool to tell you, I'll tell you. It is the next day because we finished a little late last night. We got all the plastic unwrapped, as you can see. We got all the texturing done, and it looks amazing. It looks so much cleaner, so much better. It is snowing outside, so it's nice to be inside working in the warm. So I'm gonna start right now on doing some painting, but I'll probably catch up with you guys when we're doing something else. But we're gonna do some painting, preferably around these outlets. Get these outlet covers put on. That will look nice and sharp and new, and then we'll paint the ceiling white, paint the walls the falling snow. It's gonna be great. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something from watching how to do texturing and just maybe a bunch of time lapses. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Building Investor, and don't forget to look at the links for my investing apps that I like to use, and also for say hi to Copper. He's a little bored today since I haven't been able to take him for a walk this morning yet. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you later. Have a good one. God bless. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. Yeah.